I'm not really happy that this liquid isn't at the fill level. Should be there really, shouldn't it? They have started to free off. There is one pair that have come loose. Which pair was it? This pair. No. Yeah, this one. This one is freed off already. This one is freed off already. It's still stiff, but you can see, look. Oof. But it's moving now. At least it's moving. So I'm just worried. So what I'm going to do, and you can see that it is working through. Ho, 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 ho. If I put that on a cold surface, is that going to smash? We'll soon find out. Oh, you see, that's not an oil in there. That's like a paraffin or something. You can see how the transmission oil has got filthy, so it is getting through. That's not full enough. I'm not happy. So what I'm going to do is drain that out and replace it, boil the kettle and replace it with just electric. Just water, I think. Yeah, but it is working. It's coming. Let's get at it and change this liquid out. I really don't know what it is. It smells almost like a spirit. I think it's been in there since day one. I don't know what the hell it is anyway. The good thing is there's a bit of a tap on here so we can empty it out. And the good thing having plenty of supplies of glass, of jars always on hand, you can always store your miscellaneous liquid. It is some sort of a cleaning liquid, I think. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's put that to one side. It's definitely some sort of a cleaning liquid, I think. Anyway, let's put that to one side, replace that and start again. If you land on it in a car boot or something and you want to clean something like this out, yes, you can use a rag and you've got to get rid of the rag and whatever. But this workshop paper is pretty good stuff for getting rid of and cleaning really filthy. You're going to use it once, aren't you? And once only. And then you're going to put it in the bin. So that's where this always handy when you see it and it's at a good price. Pick up this workshop paper. So useful. So we've given that a good clean, do some alcohol stuff, cleaned it up lovely. So let's start again. We're going to put just water in it this time, just as using it as a transmitting the heat and the vibration into whatever jar you put in there. See how we get on. We've changed the water. The jar is a bit too wide to sit inside this cage, so it'll be interesting to see what it does to the wood underneath. Anyway, we've topped this up. I've stuck with the transmission oil because that's what we got. And it went fairly thick when it warmed up, so it should be all right. Still lubricant, isn't it? We've got a priority one to do. Which is the priority one? Hold on. Yeah, this one. Did you notice? Hold on a minute. Let's have a look at this one. Don't know if you noticed. Did you notice this? Hold on. Zoom that right in. Right. Did you notice? Yes, it had the broad arrow, but can you see, look? It's Elliot Lucas, but see that 1944, can you see? 1944 broad arrow. So this is 80 years old and it is rock solid. Yeah. Quite thin. You wouldn't really want to put any sort of leverage, a tube or anything on there. You're gonna bend it. You're also, I don't see the point in heating it up at this point because it's going to affect its, if you warm it to its red hot and it'll come really loose, you lose the strength that was put in there in the first place. How they deal with the metal, look, is pretty good looking snippy ends. So it's 80 years old. It's still Oh, it's still immovable. So hopefully we can just get in there. Just get enough to get it released, and then once you got it moving, it's easy, isn't it? Begins to move. We've got one that was solid and is moving stiffly, so we've give it one session of half an hour. Let's give it another session of half an hour. You can see begin to move. They're fully submerged. So, whilst that is doing its thing, there was some in there that was perfectly free and working. This one, it's got some age on it, hasn't it? Wow! But remember, we've rescued these from the fate worse than death, the fate to the skip. Yeah, these would have gone in the skip as a tub of pliers that were sea solid. But we're just rescuing them, aren't we? And if you just want a mechanical advantage to grip something, then this would do the same job as any other set of pliers, 6-inch. Anyway, that's before the wire brush. I wonder if there's a name under there. Ooh, that's the thing. Until you get to cleaning them and scrubbing them and searching them and looking for them under the light, you really don't know. This was quite a nice pair. There's a chance there's something in there. Not much of a chance, but there's a chance. Look, again, saved from the skip. Do the same job as any other 6-inch plier. Just gives you a mechanical advantage on the grip, doesn't it? These are a bit more. Is that filth, or are they worn flat? They lost their teeth? We'll see. The wire brush will reveal that to us, won't it? And we'll reveal the markings if there's any on there. Well, there's a chance. They're quite old, aren't they? They are quite old. We've already seen them made in England. Is that a TW? I think it is, yeah, TW. So when did the slip joint pliers come into operation? How old is the invention of slip joint pliers? Again, look, they're you would have paid 50p maximum. You would have paid £1 for these in a car boot, wouldn't you? And you pick them up rusty, you bring them home. They're survivors, aren't they? Again, this has got a good old age on it. They're survivors. So let's see if we can pretty this up. And if it's anywhere near what the other one is, 80 years old, let's say these are 60 years old, then, you know, let's let them live another 60 years. And all they are is a mechanical advantage to grip something, isn't it, rather than use your fingers. So they do the very same job as a set of brand new ones, virtually, unless the grip on the end is very important here. Anyway, these are the two that were working fine in that tub, whilst the old ultrasonic cleaner does its magic. That's come out quite nice now, hasn't it? Wow, yeah. Look, for the sake of £1 or 50p in the car boots, bring it home, scrub it, get it working, although this was free anyway, you know. This would do, let's say, 90% of every job that a real expensive pair would be. Okay, yeah, you've got an expensive pair and they do what they do. But this would do exactly the same job as a 6-inch pair of slip joints, well 90% of the work that a fancy named expensive pair would do. If you just want a mechanical advantage on gripping or pulling something. Yeah, so lovely. That is, it's come up really nice, and it's great in the, and it's how you can, if you haven't got a pair of slip joint pliers, and the fancy branded names ones are, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the price of this, then go and get them out of the car boot, scrub them on the wire brush, give them a bit of a drink, and now you've got a pair of slip joint pliers, which would do 90%. Let's give new ones their credit. This would do 90% of the work that a brand new pair would do. This one's come up okay. It's been in the wars. It's been in the wars, this one. Shall we flap disc it? Is it nice how it is? Again, it's just a mechanical advantage to pick something up, to grip something. That's all. Take it for what it is. There is a name. Ooh, I don't know what that name is. Can you see it? Ooh, tough one to see. We might see that name when we get this on the big television. What is that name? What do you think it is? Have we got it from every angle now? Oh, let's see how, now that's finished. It'd be nice to sort of clean that up with the fibre wheel or even on the sander. But every bit you take away, does that weaken it? Or once you start, you've got to carry on till the end, haven't you? And they're pretty deep down there. But again, for free, save them from the skip. Saves them, you know. It's another dead man shed that they've avoided, and they're going to last a little longer. What were these? These have come up okay as well. Yeah, they've cleaned up nicely. Yeah, it'd be nice to get rid of that casting mark, wouldn't it? But this maybe, this would stand the fibre wheel, and the belt sander, bring that up nicely. Yeah, but again, 6-inch pliers. Would it cut wire as sharply as a new one? Probably not. As efficient, maybe. It would probably do, you know, like I say, 90% of the work of a new pair. Even if it does 80% of the pair, 80% of the work that a new pair would do, this isn't nowhere near 80% of the cost, is it? Another one saved from certain doom. Let's see how we're progressing with the other stuff now. So, how are we getting on? Well, this isn't, hold on, yeah. This isn't as stiff as it was. It's come on quite nicely. It's fully opening and fully closing. This is good enough for 50/50 WD-40. You've just got to work the filth out of the joint now, haven't you? That's all you've got to do, and that one would soon come clear. Yeah, but that was working. It was just a bit stiffer, that's all. Right, let's try the next one. What was this one? Let's give this a wipe. This one. Oh, this one's working. Yeah, wow. Can't remember, was this one stiff or not? This one's working again. Fully, yeah, it's fully opening and fully closing. Again, it's got in there, you know, whether, so that's, you could WD-40 50/50 that one. Or you could just put it back in again, see what comes out. Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. What about this one? Oh, this is the one we want to rescue. Let's give this a bash. No. Absolutely solid. Yeah. So we'll give that. That's got to go back in. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's got to go back in. Oh, that one's going to be a mare. That one is. Yeah. It's going to be a mare. What about this one? This is moving, but very stiffly. So I reckon one more shot. That needs to go in. But I think it wasn't moving, and now at least it's beginning to move. So we're getting there with that one. Quite stiff. What was this one? This one freed up on the first time straight away. This one, yeah, this is again a bit stiff, so maybe give this one space. Yeah, again WD-40, 50-50, working that together. That would soon come loose, but we're going to put that one back in. But we're going to put that one back in the open position. But it's not going to be quite so full, is it? What was this one? Let's give this a wipe. What was this one? Oh yeah, again, look, it's stiff. Oh, it's fully opening. I reckon that needs another session. Yeah, let's give that another session. So we've only got 3 of them. What was 5 has now been reduced down to 2. So let's give that another session then. So, what am I trying to say? Well, what I'm trying to say is, don't fall from there, you idiot. Right, don't fall from there, you idiot. Right, so what I'm trying to say to you is, yeah, put this in vinegar, yeah, put WD-40 on it. You would have possibly had to strain it, maybe end up bending it. The ultrasonic cleaner has actually got in. That's what it does. The ultrasonic cleaner gets in places where you can't get. So this just wants 50-50 WD-40. Keep washing it. Keep all this filth that comes out. Just keep getting rid of that. Putting more in it. But we're getting full movement, which we weren't before, were we? Same as this one now, look. We're getting full movement. It was quite stiff before. It's got, and it's quick. Put it in vinegar, yeah, but you would have had to leave it in vinegar overnight. If you've got something that you want as part of your project and you need it unseizing there and then, the shortest time, that's what the ultrasonic cleaner does. It gets to places you can't see. It's inside and in the joints. Yeah. So that just wants washing, cleaning and washing. Keep working it, keep working it, keep working it until all that filth comes out to clear coming out. And you've got a perfectly usable pair of 3-inch pliers and some bent nose pliers. Yeah. Which we're gonna go in the skip. What we're going to do, we're going to get the pliers, we're going to give it a spray, let gravity do its thing, let gravity hold it that way so the liquid will fall in and work its way through, and just keep doing with it. It's still resistant at the minute, slightly bit of resistance. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going like a nutter. You could maybe make you could, if you were that way inclined, you could make a little holder, couldn't you, and a little electric motor on a little cam or a wheel or something, and spring on one end, and you could put this on a little electric motor for 10 minutes. It would just open and close that for just for the sake of using it, you know. Just for the sake of, it'd be nice to invent that one, a little thing that just goes, leave it on that. But as you can see, look, the filth is coming out the bottom. The filth is coming in and through it all. Yeah, just drive the filth out of it, give it another soaking. Let that go in. Let it gently do the thing. Start off gently. Keep going. We're not really getting. We're getting closer. It's not as stiff as it was. Now and again, go to whatever that is there. We need to wear that down, don't we? We've done this bit. That's nice and free and moving. That last little bit there. It just needs to give it a bit of aggravation. Rub it away, because it's only filth that's sort of jammed its way in there, got stuck. So if it got in, it'll come out, won't it? I'm talking about coming out, look coming out through the bottom. Just work it one, decide which way you're going to work it in. And then just keep going and going and going. And then, it's only because they've been standing. They've been neglected, haven't they? They've not been used very often. And that's what happens. Or they've been in some really filthy place. And then, lack of use, that's all it is. We know of a few things that suffer from a lack of use, don't we? It's oozing out the joints, look. Very fine filth. Just oozing out, it's all coming out the bottom, look. You'll soon finish that off, you'll soon get that done, no problem. Yeah. Then, we're making progress. These open fully now, so that's ready for the scrubbing clean department. So these are working just fine. This one still rock solid. Oh, I reckon, have we got room to give it a knock? Maybe knock it, maybe give it a clout with the hammer, just to get it moving, just to get in. And this is still rock solid. So that's definitely got to go in for another session. This might be a partner of the other one, look. This one's okay. It's still a bit stiff, so whilst we're at it, let's put that in there anyway. So we'll give that another go. And these have come out. Again, these were rock solid, but look, they're just beginning signs of movement, which is good. They're just beginning to get in there, so we'll give that one another bash as well. Yeah, you see how it's almost cleaning the metal as well. Yeah, so anyway, we're making progress. I was a bit worried that the guy must have over tightened that possibly, but I don't think that's the case. We've got movement. Ooh. So we're definitely making progress. So I hear what you're saying. Reggie, WD-40 is great for cleaning, and it does, but it'll dry out. So what we're going to do now is, now we've got them fully working, fully free, we'll give them some 3-in-1 oil, some amber nectar, very thin oil, and we'll give it its lubrication now. So now we've cleaned it, we've scrubbed it. Now we've got to make it last a bit longer. We don't want it to just reseal up again because the cleaning fluid has dried. Now we give it some oil. Now we get some oil, and that again, keep working it. You see how much filth that oil is bringing out. Ooh, but it's running smoother. There's much better stuff for it now. So yeah, that's the next thing. Is because we've done all this, and you probably, if you're anything like me, you probably won't use them again for months and months, because they'll go in the drawer with the rest of them, and you don't want that to happen, do you? So let's work this in. Let's give it a nice Nice proper, give it the proper stuff, give it lubricant, give it proper oil, work the oil in, and next time you come to pick them up, they'll be running free, nice and free. See how it's already evacuating the filth. Can you see the filth coming out underneath? The oil is throwing out the other liquids, get replaced with oil. So yeah, it's possible to bring them back from the brink quite easily. Bit of patience, because it's you're working on not where you can see this outside. Yeah, you can see that, and you can wire brush it and clean it. But what we're talking about is the actual surface against the surface in there where we can't see. That's where all the trouble begins. So you've also got to remember they're hot in the ultrasonic, so the metal may have expanded a little bit. Because you're doing this, you're causing friction. It is getting warm, so now and again you have to sort of give them a rest. You have to let them cool down, and if you've got a good bit like here now, it's really well there, so really it's okay to do this all the time. Get to this, you want it fully open and you want it fully shut, yeah, but get to the easy bit first and let it just make sure that this bit, and then slowly attack the stiff bits as you get to it. Look, as you get into it, and obviously keep it well swirled out, so that the drop, the filth goes down to the floor with the drop. And just keep going, and you will get there. And now and again, it's really good here, so now and again push the boundary. Let's start getting to that bit, yeah. And then of course you've still got to give them a rest, because if they're a tight fit anyway, metal, when it gets warm, it expands, doesn't it? So you don't want to work it so hard that it gets that warm that it expands enough to work against you. You just want to be working the filthy bits. Yeah, so work the filth out. All in here is full of crud. All inside there is full of crud. Yeah. All these movies, you see how it oozes out, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's oozing out upwards. So figure out which bit moves. So this bit is moving against the bit in the bottom. So we want the crud to fall out, don't we? We want the rubbish. And if you want to use WD-40, fine. If you want to use oil, fine. You've just got to give it a bit of oil, see what that does. Just got to keep working them. No, doesn't take long. Yeah. That's fully open. Which is a bit stiff. That's fully shut, but just keep massaging it. Like I say, it'd be great to make some sort of a rig with some sort of cam, a spring and a cam, and you could stick it in and run it for a while. But anyway, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, we're on a winner. They're all, I think there's only 2 of them left that we've got to fight with now. And of course, this has come out the pot, so it's allowing the bubbles to work harder on the other ones, hopefully. But that other one, I've got one beginning to move, and I've got one that's still rock solid. But we're going to get that done by the end of this film. I'm determined. See the guns coming out of it. I'm determined to get that one working by hook or by crook. So it might take a few more mutterings before I get to it. Oh, this one, remember this one with this one's really, ooh, this one's lovely now. All the way open, all the way shut. Yeah. This one, we've only got that one, that 1944 one. Ooh, there's always one that gives you trouble, isn't there? There's always one that gives you trouble. More trouble than the rest. Anyway, that's looking quite nice now. Yeah. So this one is still absolutely rock solid. You could feel this sort of flexing. Oh, this one's going to be a right mare. This one is. Look at that. There's no way that's going to budge. Oh, did it budge? Oh, did it budge? Did it possibly move? Did it move? Oh, and is there enough room to slam it shut? I think there's room, there's movement to knock it shut, just to break that seal. Ooh, this one's been a right mare. I'm going to try first by shocking it, I think, to see if that does any good. Yeah, we're going to shock this one, tap it, see if we can get any movement on it. The only other way is warm the thing up till it's glowing red almost, and then let it cool down again. But I don't really want to do that. Or the next thing would be sit it in vinegar and hope that the vinegar gets in there. Leave it a day or two in vinegar. Oh, it's thinking about it. There it is now, look. It's open, right? So let's, it's open, so let's just tap it shut. That's definitely shut, isn't it? That's definitely shut. Hold on a minute. See if we can open it. Oh, oh, it's thinking about it. It's definitely thinking about it, and we've definitely got movement. See if it'll shut behind. Oh yeah, this is all we need. That's all we need, a beginning. So we know it's not seized solid now. We've got a chance now. We've got a chance. Hold on. We've now got, I don't think we've got much of a chance. I think it's still going to take some doing. But it may have just opened the door for us. It just opened the door. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah. Wow. Come on. Come on. Bit of swearing, a bit of cussing. Come on. You don't want to give it too much stick because you end up bending the handles. So you don't need to give it any. Now, let's give it some of this. Drown it in this. I think we'll give it another session. We'll give it another session. Come on. Come on. Right, ready? Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's all it takes. That's all it needs. You hear it? It's very stiff. It's coming down here, look. Oh, my little beauty. Come on, my little beaut. That's all you need. That's all you need. Get it, give it a chance. So we're going to give that another session. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad about that. I'm really glad about that now. We've got this moving. That's the main thing. So, oh, yeah, let's give that one more session. Let's have a review of what we've achieved. I don't remember which was stuck solid and which wasn't. But this one's working fine now. This was the Sheffield, England one. Yeah, that's working just fine. This one, the bloke put his name on it, didn't he? And we weren't sure what he'd done here. Was that deliberate? Was this his favourite bit? He tried to tighten it. Anyway, it's working lovely, isn't it? Yeah, this one's working lovely and free. We just basically cleaned this one up. This wasn't jammed, was it? Just cleaned this one up. This one's running nice now. Yeah, this was just gunged up, wasn't it? This one's running nice and free now. What was this one? Another one. This was the Elliot Lucas Canuck, yeah, local firm. See, when you can do that, slam it one end into the other, slam it open, slam it shut. That's a good free running pair. We've got another one here. Slam shut. Little bit stiff on the fully open. Little bit stiff on the fully open, but bit of use would soon bring that back together. I think that was moving, but it was very stiff. These were. This was the same. Possibly needs a bit more work. They do shut, but they're quite awkward to open. You still open them with one hand. Yeah, that wants a bit more patience with that one. Now we can get it fully open. We can maybe get in there with a wire brush. Get all that bit more filth out of it. Yeah. And then we had this one, didn't we? Yeah. This one's working fine, and we've got that other one working. I think the next film is going to be it up and running. I have full confidence. So, yeah. Now I'm sure putting them in evaporest, putting them in vinegar, whatever, would have given you much of a similar result. But what I'm trying to show you is this. First of all, this electronic, this ultrasonic cleaner gets into the places you can't see. Plus it does it there and then, well, you know, an hour or two, and gets in places. And this lot was pretty ready for the scrap heap, weren't they? Rescued from the skip. Well, rescued from the dead man's shed, which we're going to the skip, and I'm stood in front of the skip going, no, don't throw them, I'll have them, I'll get them back up and running. Yeah, I'll bring them back to life. Yeah, got one more of them snips to get going. Let's finish that session off, and then we'll do the snips. So we've gone back in with the wire brush, and all the filth that was sitting here that could have flowed back in the gap. Now, the only filth we'll see is the filth that comes out of it. So let's give that a bit of a WD-40 sort of a wash. Let's work it in. Let's work it in. And then turn it upside down and let gravity do its job. Turn it on side, look. And let's see how much filth we can work out of it, because you're not going to push filth back in it, are you? Oh, is that one finished? So this is going to be, look. So the only filth we're seeing is the filth coming out from the middle of it. Yeah, so that won't take long now. It's going to be great. Come on, let's see if that did the trick. So here we are, we're back at it live and at the scene. Oh, that's really beginning to move now, isn't it? So I reckon now we're ready. It's still quite warm, so you've still got friction in there, haven't you? But anyway, let's give it a good dosing of the good stuff. Let's give it a good workout. Let's see what comes out with it. Liven at the scene. Ooh, will it go? It's not quite go to fully stretch yet. Sort of that stickiness, but it is quite warm, so slight expansion might have something to do with them because it's really tight. So look, it's going, it's moving. That's nearly fully open. Let's put that on the wheel so none of that goes back in. Yeah, let's put that on the wheel so none of that goes back in. Scrub it a bit more. Let's get it going. Come on. Liven at the scene. Brought it back to life. Woo-hoo-hoo. So we've scrubbed it clean on the wire brush. Let's give it a drink. I can feel it's cooled down. It's cooled down now. So we're not recycling and throwing crud back into it. So all the where we are, that's looking. Yeah, that's what we're looking. So we want gravity to work that way down on us, don't we? We want it to go in and come out the other end. Yeah, we want it to sort of dribble from the top and make its way down and in. Make gravity work for us. Yeah. Put some in there. Look. Let's put some in there. There we are. Let it just do its thing, because the only filth we're going to see is the filth coming out, because there's no filth outside ready to go back in there. So let's go. Ooh, 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 look, hear it? Snow is snapping shut. It's coming nicely. Oh yeah, it's going. Coming nicely, look. Oh yeah, that's wow. I think we're there. Look at that. Snaps shut. Pretty, you know, does what it's meant to do. Yeah. Look at all the filth that came out of it. Ooh, all the gunge, all the... So we'll keep cleaning, getting rid of that filth, but I'd say, liven at the scene. We've gone and done it. By George. We've gone and done it, haven't we? Wow. And remember, this is the one with the broad arrow and the 1944. So this is 80 years old. What a survivor. Yeah, what a little survivor. If only he could tell us the story, where it's been. What's it done? See, this could have been on the front and come home in somebody's pocket. Could have been actually, it could, for all we know, this might have, it's so small, isn't it? This might have been there doing its duty. For all we know. Yeah. We know because of the broad arrow, we know it's signed up, don't we? Yeah. We know it said its oath, didn't we? For our heirs and successors. So it's definitely signed up. So it may well have been there, and small enough to have been there and come back from there. Who knows? Who knows?